Here are 4 great figures of some UA first-year girls for under 30 USD. Part 1. Welcome to Running on Empty. Starting us off strong is a bubbly and vibrant hero, whose nimble feet never fail to leap into action to save and inspire happiness and greatness in others. It's Mina Ashido in the Age of Heroes Mina Ashido figure by Bandai Spirits at about 19 USD. At around 16.5 centimeters from base to horns and 110 grams, our girl Pinky is the shortest, lightest, and cheapest figure of today's lineup. But despite those seeming shortfalls, she's easily the best figure with the least issues. I'll start with the only weakness of this figure, which is not even its fault, and that's the fact that Mai Ashido came with some tiny scuffs on her boots that you can barely even see. Guys, when I tell you this figure is perfect, I mean it. There are only 2 true-to-character Mina Ashido figures out there, which aren't pops or caricatures. And the only other Mina Ashido figure apart from this one is a scale figure over $100. So, if you're a budget figure collector and you like Mina, this is really your only option. She has no removable parts, meaning out of the box it's just her and the base, which is amazing. The base is small and also cast in a solid black plastic, which I prefer for budget figures. She's also stable, not using or needing any pegs or supports to keep her up. I also adore her jaunty pose, the immaculate paint job of her hair, face, body, and costume, and the great minimal wrinkle detail to her vest, bodysuit, and boots. The paint job of this figure has no shadows apart from some deeper and lighter shades of pink in her hair, but that's okay because overall the sculpt is phenomenal and brings the figure to life. As for the face, this is an easy A+ for me. I'm not entirely sure if she's sticking her tongue out at us or not, but either way, I think this cheeky and cheerful expression is peak Ashido. This is an A+ figure. Next is a character who I consider to be a true hero in her own right, whose heroism lies in her unmatched and single-minded ability to go beyond the bounds of convention and invent unrivaled gear for her peers. It's the inspirational prodigy of the support course, Mei Hatsume, in the Mei Hatsume Glitter and Glamours figure by Bandai Spirits at about 26 USD. At around 280 grams and 23.5 centimeters, Mei is our tallest and heaviest figure today, but also our most unstable of today's lineup. Her instability is definitely her biggest weakness, so I'll start with that to get it out of the way first. So she has a foot stand, but it's terrible. It's not possible, on my figure anyway, to place her foot correctly in the foot stand. For me, you can only sort of get close enough, but when you try to get her to stand with it in, it makes her tip to the side. So really, I found for this figure, you're probably better off not using the foot stand at all and securing her down with some see-through figure putty on the bottom of her shoes. I would also recommend putting her somewhere she won't fall on your shelves. Other than that, the only other weakness for this figure is that it has 2 removable parts and that her head and wrench are able to come off. On the topic of her head, I don't like her facial expression. Her eyes and face sculpt is fine, but I don't quite like the set of her mouth. I think they made it a little bit too wide. But still, I give her a solid B for character accuracy. I like the way they did her hair, with her locks given a nice flowing movement around her face and behind her. I also like the rivets and divots given to her goggles with that awesome metallic paint job. In fact, the clothing detail on this figure is where it shines the most. They've done an amazing job in the wrinkle detail of her top and overalls, which really brings the otherwise simple pose to life. I also like the body sculpt here, showcasing Hatsume's muscles. This is a girl who works with heavy machinery and is always using her arms and hands, and I applaud them for reflecting that in the muscle definition of this figure. I also like that even though her head comes off, it's seamlessly hidden in her top. This is a great looking figure. And like Ashido, is unfortunately only one of 2 true-to-character figures that you can buy of Hatsume, which is a shame because I think she's a great character. The only other figure of Hatsume out there is an expensive figure, so if you're on a budget, this is really your only choice, but I gotta say, it's a very good choice. This is another A+ figure.